Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? Today I want to talk about a new musical that has recently opened in London in the West End called Beautiful, the Carole King musical. And this, as you can see guys, is my programme for it, and it's a very good programme as well. These days when you go to the West End, a lot of programmes can be quite a bit of a rip-off, like some shows make you buy 2 programmes, one of them's for cast information, one of them's for like pictures and stuff. I know that's what we did at Miss Saigon, so yeah. But this one's like a really good programme, it's got everything in it, pictures as well as information about the cast and everything. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think it was like £6 or something. So quite cheap really for what you get. Anyway, I went to see the show about 2 weeks ago and I had absolutely no expectations whatsoever. I'd heard really good things about it because it was on Broadway, and I think it still is on Broadway as far as I believe. But like I'd read reviews and I'd watched some reviews of this show on Broadway, and most of them said really good things about it, and so I was really looking forward to seeing it, even though I really didn't know much about Carole King or the musical itself. But it was a big surprise for me. I really enjoyed the show, and it's one of the few new musicals that I loved so much that I'd actually want to go back and see it again as soon as I can. So Beautiful, the Carole King musical, as you can probably guess, is about Carole King. It's a jukebox musical. I don't care what you say, it is a jukebox musical because it's about Carole King's life and it uses Carole King's songs. So yeah, it's a jukebox musical, but it's a good and classy jukebox musical. It's not like Mamma Mia, and I love Mamma Mia, but this is a lot better and less jukeboxy than shows like Mamma Mia or Will Rock You. Now first things first, if you're like me and you didn't know much about Carole King, don't worry, it doesn't mean that you're not going to enjoy the show, because first of all, it tells you everything about Carole King anyway, so it's kind of fun going into it not knowing much because you get to learn about her life watching the show. And the show itself has a lot of interesting moments in it and really great songs, so don't let that put you off, the fact that you don't know Carole King or you don't care about her. Now obviously I'd heard of Carole King, but that's literally as far as I got. I'd heard of her, I'd probably seen a few pictures of her at some point in my life, but that's literally all I knew about her. I didn't know anything about her life, or I didn't really have any of her music or anything. But one thing that was really interesting watching the show was that there were so many songs literally that Carole King was somehow involved in, either wrote or sang or took part in some way, that are so famous that almost everybody should know, and that I just didn't know it was by Carole King, and that was really fun. Like the song You've Got a Friend, for instance, such a great song, it's such a classic song, I think most people have heard it. I had no idea that it had something to do with Carole King, like it was part of Carole King's music. Or like One Fine Day, for instance, another brilliant song that I've known since I was a teenager, and I really loved it and I still do, and again I had absolutely no idea that it was to do with Carole King. The other song called You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Westlife have done a really good cover of it, by the way, if you want to check it out. But again, that was Carole King, and I had absolutely no idea until I saw the show, so it was a nice surprise watching the show and seeing all these songs pop up that I actually recognised, because I didn't think I was going to know any of the songs, whereas to be honest I knew probably nearly half the songs in the show, because there were so many songs that you don't even realise were made by Carole King, and you just hear them and you're like, wow, no wonder she's such a legend, no wonder she's a Grammy Award winning musician or something. So yeah, the show itself was brilliant, I really enjoyed it. It's pretty much about her life, but her life is pretty interesting. It's about her like really early teenage years, when she meets this guy called Jerry and they fall in love and whatnot. And it's about this other couple as well who also did some great songs and stuff at the time, and you get to see their kind of friendly rivalry, trying to get in the charts and stuff, trying to outdo each other, but obviously they're great friends at the same time, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really fun. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it and how much I actually cared about the characters, because normally with jukebox musicals you don't tend to care too much about the characters, but I mean Carole King anyway, the girl playing Carole King was outstanding, I'm going to get to her in a second, but I cared about Carole King a lot in the show, and as the show went on I cared about her more and more. So I think the character development in the show is very well done. Considering it's a jukebox musical, I genuinely thought it was done really well because I cared about all the characters, really did to some extent. And of course the music is amazing, the sets, fantastic. I had a really bad seat for the first act of the show, literally in the top circle and on the side, so I could only see half the stage, which was awful, but I leaned forward and I tried to see as much as I could, and it was amazing. The sets are really good for what it is. The Aldwych Theatre is not one of the biggest theatres in the West End, but they've done the best they can with the space they've got, and you really feel like you're at that time, and I don't know, I think it was just done really well. I'm not gonna lie guys, it kind of reminded me of Jersey Boys, the whole thing. Not just the sets, but just the whole vibe of the show reminded me of Jersey Boys, and I really like Jersey Boys. It's probably one of my, I don't know, one of my favourite shows. Not in my top 5 or anything, but I do like it, and this reminded me of that for many reasons. I mean the music, just the kind of music that we used in it for some reason, and also just how fast paced it was. Like it was just like scene after scene after scene, and it was done really well. The scene changes were done really well, and the way the music was used as well to tell the story I thought was done quite similarly to how Jersey Boys is done. Obviously there's no like narrating to the public like there is in Jersey Boys, so don't get me wrong, it's not like completely like Jersey Boys, but it's just, I don't know, for some reason it reminded me of it and I thought I'd share it with you. This girl, Katie Braben, she's been nominated for an Olivier Award. She was phenomenal. For me, she was probably the main reason that the show was so good. She was fantastic. Like, Honestly, one of the best performances I've ever seen in a musical. I mean, her voice was amazing, her energy, her passion. She plays the piano in some of the songs, and her acting was just insane. She was just excellent in every way. And I predict that she's going to win the award for Best Actress in a Musical, because she really deserves it. And she got a full standing ovation at the end of the show as well. I was up on my feet as well, so with my friend. It was just... she was brilliant. But yeah, I mean, the whole cast, this guy as well. I'd seen this guy in I Can't Sing, which obviously was a fail. Oh well, I liked it anyway. What's his name? I can't remember. Oh yeah, Alan Morrissey. He was like the main guy in I Can't Sing. He plays Jerry Goffin in the show, who's meant to be Carole King's love interest and husband and stuff. He was really good as well. Not amazing like Katie Braben was. Like, he's not an outstanding performance or anything. He doesn't have any wow moments in the show, but he was really good. I think he did the job pretty well. Great voice, and I mean, the chemistry's probably going to get better with Katie as it goes on, but he still had some good moments in the show, so yeah. Good on him. They've got the character of Cynthia Weil, who's like one of the other singer-songwriters, and also a friend of Carole King. This is like a real-life person, obviously, because it's a real-life story told in the musical. She was played by an actress called Lorna Want. She was fantastic again. Fantastic voice, great acting. I really enjoyed the performance. One of the highlights for me, though, was the character of Barry Mann, who was played by Ian McIntosh. Now, Ian McIntosh has started to make quite a big name of himself in the past few years in musical theatre. He was in Rock of Ages, I think, then he went on to The Commitments, and he was like the main alternate guy. I never saw him in The Commitments, I saw Killian, but I also heard great things about him. But this was the first time I'd seen him in like a full role, and he was fantastic. I understand why so many people think he's great now, because voice, perfect, acting great, energy, spot on. He was just a great performer on stage, and one of the best things about the show again. I think him and Katie Braben, who played Carole King, obviously not on the same level. Katie was just extremely amazing, but they were probably the two standouts for me in the show. The whole ensemble were great. There were some great ensemble moments, like sometimes they'll just come randomly and sing a song or two, and I think One Fine Day was actually sung by some of the ensemble people, and it was just great. Really fun, very energetic, and unfortunately, like I said, as always in my reviews, I can't go through every single person, but it was just a great cast. Great music, very good music. Like, again, if you don't think you know the songs, go anyway, because you'll definitely recognise at least one or two of the songs, and even if you don't recognise them, you're still going to love the songs, because it's just, they're songs that are universally liked by everyone, I think. It's very difficult to not like the songs that are played in this musical. So yeah, and that's Katie Braben as well, who plays Carole King in the back. Yeah, I completely recommend Beautiful the Carole King musical. It's doing very well at the moment. As far as I know, it's pretty much full every day. No discounts or anything, no day seats even, which is sad because I want to go and see it again as soon as possible. But yeah, if you have seen Beautiful the Carole King musical at the Aldwych Theatre, let me know in the comments. If you're thinking of going or have any questions, again, let me know. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!